refrigerator hums, keeping the midnight awake. The hardwood floors haven't shifted since 8:30. I'm tracing the shape of your shadow left on the wall, listening for footsteps that simply refuse to fall. There's a dent on the left side of this mattress, where your heavy head used to finally find its rest. I haven't smoothed out the sheets, I refuse to make the bed. I'd rather sleep wrapped in the ghosts of the things you said. My coffee cup has rings dry near the base from the mornings I spend staring at the architecture of your face. Now the clock is ticking out a rhythm I despise, but I keep my ear to the door and I keep opening my eyes. They tell me to lock the deadbolt, to throw away the key. They say the space between us is an unforgiving sea, but I know the way your hands shake when you're afraid of the dark. I know the compass needle broken right inside your heart. So I'm leaving the hallway light on for you, painted a warm yellow stroke in the cold navy blue. If you wander through the static, if you stumble in the rain, if the silence gets too loud and you remember my name, I'm keeping the porch steps swept, I'm holding the latch undone, waiting for the moon to surrender to the sun. I am a stubborn little lighthouse on a fractured shore, loving you, hoping you'll walk back through that door. My phone screen stays black on the kitchen island stone. It's funny how a crowded city makes you feel so alone. I found your gray wool sweater buried in the hallway seat. I wrapped it around my shoulders just to steal a bit of heat. It smells like pine needle, cedar, and a bitter consequence of two stubborn lovers who tripped over the picket fence. I should be angry, I should burn the fabric down. Instead, I wear your memory like a heavy unseen crown. They tell me to lock the deadbolt, to throw away the key. They say the space between us is an unforgiving sea, but I know the way your hands shake when you're afraid of the dark. I know the compass needle broken right inside your heart. So I'm leaving the hallway light on for you, painted a warm yellow stroke in the cold navy blue. If you wander through the static, if you stumble in the rain, if the silence gets too loud and you remember my name, I'm keeping the porch steps swept, I'm holding the latch undone, waiting for the moon to surrender to the sun. I am a stubborn little lighthouse on a fractured shore, loving you, hoping you'll walk back through that door. Maybe it's foolish, maybe it's incredibly pathetic to cling to a spark when our wires aren't magnetic. But logic never held me when the velvet nightmares came. It was only your breathing, it was only your frame. And logic won't keep me warm at 3 in the morning. So I'll ignore the flashing lights, I'll ignore the warning. I'll trade my common sense for a what if and when. Yes, I'm leaving the hallway light on for you, painting a warm yellow stroke in the cold navy blue. If you wander through the static, if you stumble in the rain, if the silence gets too loud and you remember my name, I'm keeping the porch steps swept, I'm holding the latch undone, waiting for the moon to surrender to the sun. I am a stubborn little lighthouse on a fractured shore, loving you, hoping you'll walk back through that door. Just walk through that door. The yellow light thermostat is set to 68, but the chill in this living room is heavy and pulling down my weight. 2 coffee mugs still sitting in the sink from yesterday. The one with the chip blue handle still tastes like you, I'd say. I watch the headlights of the passing cars trace shadows on the wall, holding my breath, praying one of them will pull into our driveway and pause. But it's just the neighbor coming home, a slam of a heavy door, leaving me with nothing but the ticking clock and the creak of the hardwood floor. They say time is a river that washes the pain down to the sea, but I'm standing barefoot in the current, holding on to a memory. Your jacket still hangs by the exit, smelling like rain and pine. I trace the stitching on the collar, convincing myself you're still mine. It's a quiet midnight, the silence is ringing in my ears, but I am leaving the porch light on, pushing through the bitter tears. This empty house feels like a museum of a love that lost its way, yet there's a stubborn spark in my chest, refusing to fade to gray. I'm not waving a white flag, I'm not locking the front gate. In the shadows of this broken ending, my heart decides to wait. Yeah, I'm just gonna wait. I try to sleep, but the mattress tilts to the left where you used to lie. So I sit on the edge, counting the dust motes, dancing in the moonlight. I found the ticket stub from the indie film we hated in July. You laughed so hard you cried, spilling popcorn out beneath the velvet sky. These tiny artifacts are anchoring my soul to what we built. I refuse to let the garden of our promises just wither up and wilt. They say space is a medicine that cures a sudden fractured heart, but I don't want the remedy if it means we have to fall apart. The radio is playing our song, a beautiful and cruel joke. I sing your harmony out loud, swallowing the words before I choke. It's a quiet midnight, the silence is ringing in my ears, but I am leaving the porch light on, pushing through the bitter tears. This empty house feels like a museum of a love that lost its way, yet there's a stubborn spark in my chest, refusing to fade to gray. I'm not waving the white flag, I'm not locking the front gate. In the shadows of this broken ending, my heart decides to wait. Let the calendar turn, let the dust settle down on the shelves. We are just bruised masterpieces, trying to figure out ourselves. If you're out there, driving aimless, scared of the dark and the cold, look for the ember glow, burning bright, a story that isn't quite told. I am the lighthouse on the edge of your regret. I haven't given up on the beautiful, messy love we made just yet. Because it's a quiet midnight, the silence is ringing in my ears, and I am leaving the porch light on through this ocean of my fears. This empty house is in a graveyard, it's a sanctuary for the dawn. With every beat of my foolish chest, my spirit is holding on. I will not wave a white flag, I will not ever lock the gate. In the center of this quiet night, my love decides to wait. My love decides to wait. The chip blue coffee mug, the jacket by the door, I'll leave the porch light on for you. Come back a lonely tune. Headlights sweep across the bedroom wall. I haven't moved your jacket from the chair. It's draped exactly how you left it there on Tuesday night. The sink is dripping in a steady rhythm, counting out the seconds since you packed your bags and took a flight. There's a dent upon the pillow where you rested. I traced the invisible outline of your sleeping face. The silence in this apartment is so loud, it swallows up the oxygen and fills every empty space. My friends are telling me to lock the door, to throw away your toothbrush and forget, but logic never made a heart beat faster, and I'm not ready for the ending yet. So I'm leaving the porch light burning bright, a beacon through the heavy velvet night. I know you said we needed time to breathe, but I still believe in the magic up your sleeve. Yeah, the bed is cold and the shadows play their part, but there's a stubborn sunrise waiting in my heart. You might be 100 miles down the highway line, but I'm holding out for the moment you turn around and make it right. Ooh, make it right. I bought those dark roast coffee beans you love, just in case you stumble through the doorway in the morning haze. I practice what I'd say if the phone rang, rehearsing my forgiveness in 1,000 different little ways. The dust is settling on the vinyl records, the ones we spun we were drunk on cheap Merlot. I could pack them in a cardboard box, I know, but I need the artifacts to prove this wasn't just a show. My friends are telling me to lock the door, to wash the sheets and clear you from my head, but I've got a sixth sense about our story, and there are chapters that we haven't read. So I'm leaving the porch light burning bright, a beacon through the heavy velvet night. I know you said we needed time to breathe, but I still believe in the magic up your sleeve. Yeah, the bed is cold and the shadows play their part, but there's a stubborn sunrise waiting in my heart. You might be 100 miles down the highway line, but I'm holding out for the moment you turn around and make it right. I hear a car door slam out on the street, and for a fraction of a second I forget how to breathe. It's just the neighbor walking up his driveway, but hope is a muscle that refuses to freeze. They say it's foolish to cling to a ghost, but you're the beautiful phantom I'm loving the most. So I'm leaving the porch light burning bright, a beacon through the heavy velvet night. I know you said we need time to breathe, but I still believe in the magic up your sleeve. Yeah, the bed is cold and the shadows play their part, but there's a stubborn sunrise waiting in my heart. It might be 100 miles down the highway line, but I'm holding out for the moment you turn around and make it right. Turn around. The jacket's still here on the chair, the light is on, the door's unlocked. I'm right here, just waiting for you to come home. The microwave clock glows a harsh neon green at 2 a.m., casting long distorted shadows across the linoleum floor. I trace the circular water stain your coffee mug left behind on the oak table we bought at that thrift store in Baltimore. I haven't moved your spare key from the ceramic bowl by the entryway. The silence in this apartment isn't peaceful, it's holding its breath. A heavy suffocating blanket of everything we didn't say. I can still smell the sandalwood soap on your side of the bed. My friends tell me that time is a river that washes the debris clean, but I'm stubbornly building a dam out of every memory I've seen. I left the deadbolt unlatched, just an inch off the frame, because logic is a language my longing refuses to name. So I let the quiet swallow me, but the dark isn't perfectly black. I've kept a pilot light burning, assuming you'd find your way back. Call me delusional, call me a ghost clinging to a crumbling shrine, but I swear I can feel your pulse beating in rhythm with mine. It's a solitary stillness, a beautiful self-inflicted mistake. I am leaving the porch light on, staying awake for your sake. A distant siren wails 3 blocks down the rain-slicked avenue. It sounds exactly like the argument we never meant to amplify. I'm wrapped up in that oversized frayed gray sweater you outgrew, burying my nose in the collar, begging the laundry scent not to die. This mattress is an ocean where I strictly navigate on either right side, careful not to disturb the empty cold sheets where you used to confide. The refrigerator hums a low, monotonous, mournful tune as I sit here negotiating with an indifferent crescent moon. They say closure is a heavy iron door you have to shut tight, but I wedged a piece of my fractured clavicle in the crack tonight. The hallway is pitch dark, but the threshold is brilliantly clear. I am making a desperate bargain with the universe to drag you here. So I let the quiet swallow me, but the dark isn't perfectly black. I've kept a pilot light burning, assuming you'd find your way back. Call me delusional, call me a ghost clinging to a crumbling shrine, but I swear I can feel your pulse beating in rhythm with mine. It's a solitary stillness, a beautiful self-inflicted mistake. I am leaving the porch light on, staying awake for your sake. And if the frost bites and freezes over every single city street, I will strike 1,000 matches against the unforgiving concrete. The rational world says you packed your bags and boarded up the glass, but my intuition feels the breeze of your hesitation come to pass. You didn't pack your favorite silver lighter when you packed your car. Doesn't that mean you never intended to travel very far? Doesn't that mean this tragedy is just a chapter we misread? Doesn't that mean you still belong beside me in this bed? So I let the quiet swallow me, but the 3 a.m. now. The refrigerator stops, it's humming. The deadbolt is still undone. I'm right here, I'm not moving an inch. Take your time, I'll be waiting. The radiator clicks in the hallway. It's the only sound left in this apartment. I haven't moved the coffee cup from your side of the counter. It's got a perfect ring of dried brown stain in the white ceramic. The clock on the microwave flashes 2:35 in the morning. And the traffic on 4th Street sounds like a river of static. I'm wearing that oversized gray sweater you bought in December, the one that still smells faintly of cheap cedar and gasoline. They say the silence is supposed to bring you some kind of peace, but tonight the quiet is the loudest thing I've ever seen. I folded your winter jackets, I put away the photographs. I told my mother on the phone that I was doing just fine, but I secretly left the latch off the front door hinge, and I'm keeping an eye on the white driveway line. 'Cause part of me thinks you're just running late, stuck at a red light on a broken, empty street. I'm holding my breath for the sound of the gravel. Wait and hear the heavy drag of your tired feet. Yeah, you packed up your boxes and you drove away. Told me the fire we had was bound to finally freeze, but I left the porch light burning anyway, just in case you're out there missing me. Just in case you're out there. The dog still looks at the doorknob whenever a neighbor walks by, tail doing a half wag before he sighs and lies back down on the rug. I bought a brand new laundry detergent to wash out the memories, but I still can't scrub out the phantom weight of your goodbye hug. It was too tight for a permanent ending, wasn't it? Your knuckles were white and your shoulder was shaking a bit. I replayed the tape of that Tuesday morning over and over, looking for the loophole, looking for the place where the pieces fit. Throughout the wilting grocery store flowers, I swore to my friends I was drawing a brand new line, but I left the latch off the front door hinge, and I'm pacing the wood floors, biding my time. 'Cause part of me thinks you're just running late, stuck at a red light on a broken, empty street. I'm holding my breath for the sound of the gravel. Wait and hear the heavy drag of your tired feet. Yeah, you packed up your boxes and you drove away. Told me the fire we had was bound to finally freeze, but I left the porch light burning anyway, just in case you're out there missing me, missing me. Maybe I'm a fool paying rent to a memory, serving up dinner for a shadow that will never be. But logic doesn't live in the left side of my chest when every aching heartbeat puts my hope to the test. I know you said it's over, I know you turned the key, but baby, I'm believing in the things I cannot see. So I'll pretend that you're just running late, stuck at a red light on a broken, empty porch light burning anyway. I left it burning just in case you're out there missing me. Just in case. The radiator clicks again. The coffee cup is still on the counter. The porch light is still on. Come home. Come home. The porch light is still burning. Just in case you turn the car around. There's a ring shade of water on the dark mahogany wood, where your whiskey glass sat just an hour ago. I trace it with my finger, pretending I understood the silence you left in the evening snow. The scent of cedar and rain still clings to the velvet chair. Your shadow still dances in the corner of my eye. I'm breathing in the quiet, breathing in the cold night air, refusing to accept that this is our goodbye. The grandfather clock ticks, counting the space between us. Every second pulls you further down the empty street. But there's a stubborn little ember glowing in the dust, a quiet little rhythm underneath my steady heartbeat. Oh, the midnight is heavy, but it hasn't crushed the dawn. The door is pulled shut, but the lock is left unturned. I am sitting in the ruins of the love that we had drawn, tending to the fire that hasn't fully burned. You said you needed distance, you said you lost the spark, but I am keeping a candle lit right here in the dark, waiting for the morning to bring you back to me. I poured myself a glass of the wine you left behind. It tastes a little bitter, like the words I didn't say. I am replaying every argument, rewinding my own mind, thinking of the thousand ways I could have made you stay. But love isn't a tightrope, it's a pendulum swinging low. Sometimes it pulls back just to gather up its grace. I feel the absence of your fingers in the winter's undertow, but I can still remember the exact contours of your face. The grandfather clock ticks, counting the space between us. Every second pulls you further down the empty street, but there's a stubborn little ember glowing in the dust, a quiet little rhythm underneath my steady heartbeat. Oh, the midnight is heavy, but it hasn't crushed the dawn. The door is pulled shut, but the lock is left unturned. motion. Maybe you're staring at the steering wheel. Do you feel the pull? The invisible thread stretching across the highway. It doesn't break, it just hums. It hums with a promise we made in the summer rain, that we wouldn't surrender, that we'd weather every pain. Oh, the midnight is heavy, but it hasn't crushed the dawn. The door is pulled shut, but the lock is left unturned. I am sitting in the ruins of the love that we had drawn, tending to the fire that hasn't fully burned. You said you needed distance, you said you lost the spark, but I am keeping a candle lit right here in the dark, waiting for the morning to bring you back to me. I'll leave the porch light burning, golden yellow through the gray. I know you're just wandering, I know you'll find your way back to my quiet room. The dust hasn't even settled yet. There's a dent on the left side of this feather pillow, where the weight of your breathing used to anchor the dark. Your cedar wood scent is still caught in the velvet curtains, like a stubborn ghost refusing to disembark. The refrigerator hums a low metallic lullaby, while the ice melts down in the glass you left behind. The front door clicked shut just a handful of hours ago, but the echo is pulling the sanity out of my slipping mind. Every headlight sweep across the painted ceiling makes my pulse skip a desperate, foolish beat. I hold my breath, listening for the gravel crunch and praying for the heavy sound of your retreating feet to turn right around. They say a clean break is the only way to heal the bone, but I'm leaving the porch light burning in the bitter cold. Yes, you packed your midnight bags and surrendered the throne, but this quiet house isn't ready to break the mold. I am stranded in the ruins of our sudden goodbye, still holding a ticket for a train that already rolled right by. I know you're gone, I know we bled it dry, but my stubborn heart is waiting on a beautiful life. I washed the coffee mugs, but left your favorite one on the rack, just in case the morning sun brings a different kind of truth. There's a silver spare key still sitting on the entryway table, a heavy, jagged monument to our reckoning. reckless youth. The jazz playing low on the radio sounds like a funeral march for a future we painted but never actually framed. I can trace the trajectory of your departure on the hardwood floor, where the scuff marks of your hesitation clearly remain. Every headlight sweep across the painted ceiling makes my pulse skip a desperate, foolish beat. I hold my breath, listening for the gravel crunch and praying for the heavy sound of your retreating feet to turn right around. They say a clean break is the only way to heal the bone, but I'm leaving the porch light burning in the bitter cold. Yes, you packed your midnight bags and surrendered the throne, but this quiet house isn't ready to break the mold. I am stranded in the ruins of our sudden goodbye, still holding a ticket for a train that already rolled right by. I know you're gone, I know we bled it dry, but my stubborn heart is waiting on a beautiful life. Maybe tomorrow I'll sweep up the shattered glass of my pride. Maybe by Sunday I'll box up the letters and swallow the tears. But tonight is a holy sanctuary for the beautifully deluded, where I can pretend that you're just out running errands and you walk back into quiet all my deepest fears. Oh, let me have Oh, they say a clean break is the only way to heal the bone, but I'm leaving the porch light burning in the bitter cold. Yes, you packed your midnight bags and surrendered the throne, but this quiet house isn't ready to break the mold. I'm stranded in the ruins of a sudden goodbye, still holding a ticket for a train that already rolled right by. I know you're gone, I know we bled it dry, but my stubborn heart is waiting on a beautiful life. Waiting on a beautiful life. The lock is still undone, just in case the dawn brings you back. The radiator hums in the hall, and the clock forgets to tick forward. I left your ceramic mug on the kitchen counter, right where the morning sun used to hit the rim. The chamomile tea we steeped has gone completely black, mirroring the sky since the moment you walked out the door. I hear the distant cab tires splashing through the avenue rain. Every yellow headlight paints a ghost against my bedroom wall. They say the silence after goodbye is a heavy, leaden thing, but mine is breathing, whispering your name down the empty hall. The closet still holds the scent of your cedarwood cologne, stubborn phantom stitched into my favorite winter coat. If the universe is listening to a quiet, foolish plea, I am leaving the deadbolt unlocked, just pulling the latch. Because midnight embers can spark into a morning fire, and one wrong turn does not mean we have lost the map. I am keeping our side of the bed warm, untouched by the chill, holding on to the beautiful ghost of what we haven't finished yet. Maybe the space between us is just room to breathe before the tide of you comes rushing back to me. Midnight embers, waiting for the wind to shift. I found the ticket stub from the theater on 42nd Street, crumpled in the pocket of my jeans, fading like an old bruise. It is funny how a tiny piece of paper weighs 100 pounds when it is the only physical proof I have that our magic was real. The saxophone player on the corner is blowing a sad, slow tune, but I hear a bright major chord hiding inside his minor key, a subtle golden promise that the winter does not last forever, and neither does this empty space across the room from me. The closet still holds the scent of your cedarwood cologne, a stubborn phantom stitched into my favorite winter coat. If the universe is listening to a quiet, foolish plea, I am leaving the deadbolt unlocked, just pulling the latch. Because midnight embers can spark into a morning fire, and one wrong turn does not mean we have lost the map. I am keeping our side of the bed warm, untouched by the chill, holding on to the beautiful ghost of what we haven't finished yet. Maybe the space between us is just room to breathe before the tide of you comes rushing back to me. Midnight embers, waiting for the wind to shift. They tell me to pack up the frames, to sweep up the broken glass, to write the final period at the bitter end of our book. But my pen is hovering, darling, the ink is still wet. I am saving the next blank page for the moment you look back. I am saving the skyline, the coffee, the breaking dawn. I refuse to believe that the absolute best of us is gone. The radiator hums, the street lamp flickers out. I am pouring 2 cups of dark roast coffee, just in case you find your way, watching the door. I am still watching the door. The street lights flicker in frozen air. The refrigerator hums a heavy metallic lullaby 2 a.m. and I'm memorizing the shadows on the ceiling. I haven't moved your half-empty coffee mug from the nightstand. It's leaving a ring on the wood, but I'm too tired for cleaning. The silence in this apartment is absolutely deafening. Since you packed your winter coats and walked out the door, but my heart is a stubborn clock, it just keeps on ticking, refusing to believe that we don't live here anymore. I trace the dent in the pillow where you used to lay, that phantom warmth that the midnight air can't chase away. They say the final chapter's written, the heavy ink is dry, but I am holding a match to the dark, refusing to say goodbye. So I'm leaving the porch light on in the pouring rain, a neon heavy beacon cutting through the window pane. Let the neighbors talk, let the seasons turn to rust. I am building a cathedral out of the broken dust. There's a crack in the pavement where the wildflowers grow, and a crack in the ending of the story that we know. You might be 1,000 miles down a midnight highway drawing, but I'm leaving the porch light on. The sweater you forgot is hanging over the kitchen chair. It still smells like cedar wood and cheap gasoline. I wear it when the shivering becomes too much to handle, like a worn-out armor from a timeline that could have been. I saw a shooting star collapse into the city skyline, and I didn't wish for peace, I didn't wish to forget. I wished for the squeak of the floorboards under your boots, a beautiful collision of our undiscovered yet. I traced the dent in the pillow where you used to lay, that phantom warmth that the midnight air can't chase away. They say the final chapter's written, the heavy ink is dry, but I'm holding a match to the dark, refusing to say goodbye. So I'm leaving the porch light on in the pouring rain, a neon heavy beacon cutting through the window pane. Let the neighbors talk, let the seasons turn to rust. I am building a cathedral out of the broken dust. There's a crack in the pavement where the wildflowers grow, and a crack in the ending of the story that we know. You might be 1,000 miles down a midnight highway drawing, but I'm leaving the porch light on. No, it's not pathetic to believe in the dawn when you memorize the beautiful colors of the night. Some strings are tied too tightly to ever be undone. Even when the two ends are pulled completely out of sight, I will be the lighthouse, I will be the shore, I will be the open, waiting, breathing, aching door. Yeah, I'm leaving the porch light on in the pouring rain, a neon heavy beacon cutting through the window pane. Let the neighbors talk, let the seasons turn to rust. I am building a cathedral out of the broken dust. There's a crack in the pavement where the wildflowers grow, and a crack in the ending of the story that we know. You might be 1,000 miles down a midnight highway drawn, but I'm leaving the porch light on. Yeah, I'm leaving the light on. Just follow the yellow glow whenever you're ready to come home. The humming stops the night, and still I'm right here.